Olumide Emmanuel, CEO of the Common Sense Group and author of the book, The School of Money. Yes, this is the book, The School of Money book, about 700 pages, hardcover edition, CD and DVD inclusive. It's the book that has all the information you need in order to make, manage, and multiply your money. This broadcast is aimed at teaching you wealth creation principles, revealing to you the pathway that leads to wealth, and connecting you with money-making opportunities. Every time you tune into this broadcast, you're going to be learning how to make, manage, and multiply your money. I believe that in order for us to turn things around, we need to raise a new breed without greed, a new breed of entrepreneurs. And I believe that as you tune in from time to time on this broadcast, you're going to have what I call the entrepreneur's blueprint. You're going to be able to receive tips that will help you to be one of those new breed without greed. Well, I'm starting a new series today entitled Developing Investment Mentality. Developing Investment Mentality. Now, I want you to realize that on this broadcast, every time you tune in, you are going to be taught, you are going to be empowered, you are going to be informed, you are going to be inspired. Because if you are not informed, you will be deformed. If you are not inspired, you will expire. If you are not updated, you will be outdated. If you are not in the know, you cannot be in the flow. Because what you know determines how far you go. Information is the key to transformation. So I want you to make sure when you tune into this broadcast, you call your friends, you call your family, you call your loved ones, and tell them that the School of Money is on. The Common Sense Guru is on again on the School of Money. Well, like I said, we're going to be looking today at developing investment mentality. Because I believe very strongly that when you have investment mentality, that is the key to every other thing being in place. That's the engine room. Developing investment mentality is the engine room for wealth creation. Now, what is investment mentality? Why is it that many people don't have investment mentality? Well, you are going to get the answer to that on today's broadcast. So get your pen, get your paper, call your friends, call your colleague, send that text message and tell them, School of Money is on. We're looking at developing investment mentality, and the Common Sense Guru is back with wealth creation tips for you. I'll be back after this break. Don't go away.
A time when poverty ravages the land, throwing the inhabitants into pathetic confusion. Companies filing for bankruptcy. Entrepreneurs are entangled in a web of insolvency. Job seekers explode in frustration while employment looks away without hesitation. The rat race continues with no tape of victory in sight. Finally, a savior emerges, the School of Money. How to make, manage, and multiply your money. The Entrepreneur's Blueprint by Olumide Emmanuel. A book born out of over 20 years hands-on experience on entrepreneurship. Simple, practical, and commonsensical. Look no further. It's a business school in print where the cheapest school fee is paid. Grab your copy today and dispel your doubt and confusion. Get the blueprint to financial freedom.
Call us to make your order on 0802-305-9058 or 0805-2673-673, or visit our website on www.commonsensegroup.com.
The School of Money. Grab your copy today.
Yes, you're welcome back. It's still the School of Money, and I'm still Olumide Emmanuel. We're looking at developing investment mentality. I believe very strongly that if you are ever going to create wealth and make a difference in your finances, you need investment mentality. Now, a lot of people are poor today because they don't have investment mentality. They don't have financial intelligence. Many people go to school and still come out of school, but still don't have financial intelligence and investment mentality because schools don't teach it. Now, listen well. I've seen people go to school, they come out with a BSc in business administration, yet they cannot run a barbering salon successfully. They can't run a dry cleaning company successfully. Why? Because they went to school to learn the theory, but they don't have the practicals of how to create wealth. Having PhD in swimming does not make you a swimmer. The fact that you have PhD in swimming technology does not mean you can swim until you get into the water. So investment mentality, financial intelligence is that engine room for wealth creation. And like I said, developing investment mentality. So it is something you must consciously develop. Now, I want to start by looking at it from this angle. Why is it that people don't have investment mentality? Well, people don't have investment mentality because there are a lot of toxic mindsets that are resident within them that hinders investment mentality from finding a dwelling place. So in order to develop investment mentality, the first thing you need to do is to eradicate these toxic mentalities. Once you eradicate the toxic mentality, then you can now begin to talk about developing investment mentality. Now, the first toxic mindset that you must eradicate is waste. The mindset of waste. Now, a lot of people are living a life of waste. They waste money, they waste time, they waste their energy, they waste opportunity, they waste resources. Now, when you waste, that hinders you from being an investor. Because if you are a waster, all you will do is to waste every money that comes into your hand. Have you heard somebody say, one careless money came into my hand this week? Listen to me. There are no careless money, only careless people. There are no careless money, only careless people. Just like there are no menial jobs, only menial minds. So the first thing is to eradicate what? Eradicate waste. Eradicate that mindset of always spending and wasting money. It will hinder you from developing investment mentality. Number two, the second mindset you must eradicate is what I call nomadic mentality. The first one is waste or consumer mentality. When you're always consuming, you are not producing. Because when you waste, it's because you are a consumer. That's why you see they say third world nation. Now, the creator did not create more than one world. But we now have first world, second world, third world. Why are nations called third world nation? Because they are more of consumers than producers. So number one, you must eradicate waste or consumer mentality. Number two, you must eradicate nomadic mentality. Now, nomadic mentality is that mindset that makes you to go from place to place, job to job, business to business, without staying in one place to produce results. I believe in the 5-year plan. I believe that whatever you give yourself to and you focus on, in 5 years, you will break through. In 5 years, you will see results. And that's why you always hear it said, if you do something for 5 years and you don't get results, then you may need to change formula or change what you are doing. So number two is nomadic mentality. Nomads go from place to place. They rear their cattle and then they go from place to place. And everywhere they go, they just keep grazing. They eat up everything they see. They don't have a fixed address. Now, if you want to have investment mentality, you must eradicate nomadic mentality. Stop going from job to job. In the last 5 years, you are in your 7th job. Abba. In the last 10 years, you are in your 17th business. Today, you are selling shoes. Before people get to know you as a shoe seller and begin to patronize you, you have started selling clothes. Before people know you as a clothes seller and begin to patronize you, you have started a barbing salon. You are now into barbing salon. Before they know you as someone that owns a barbing salon so that they can come and patronize you, you have started importing juice. And you are now selling juice and you are now selling biscuits. So you find out that you have never really stayed in one place and in one business and in one career and in one job and in one area enough to produce results. And before you know it, bam, you are out. You leave, somebody else now comes and benefit from what you have done. So number one, you must eradicate waste or consumer mentality. Number two, you must eradicate nomadic mentality. That mindset of going from place to place, jumping from place to place, it will not help you. Number three, you must eradicate salary mentality. Yes, you heard me. Civil or salary mentality. I'm a civil servant. I'm a public, you are really a servant because his salary is slavery. Yes, you heard me right. Salary is slavery. You shouldn't be the one collecting the salary. You should be the one paying the salary. So one mindset you must eradicate is salary mentality. Because once you are glued to salary, you discover that everything about your life is salary. When you have a problem, they should increase our salary. They should increase our salary. You always clamoring for salary increase. But let me tell you something. Salary is limited. Salary is fixed. Salary can be penalized. Salary can be delayed. Salary can be withheld. Salary cannot take care of you. But instead of having salary mentality, you need to move from salary to income. Because income is not fixed. Now, let me ask you a question. How much do you collect as your salary every month? Do you know that your annual salary, you can make it in one business deal if you are an entrepreneur? Yes. What you are laboring for, you collect January salary, February, March, April, May, June, salary. By the time you collect your salary in 1 year, that is what somebody else is getting from just one business deal. Why? Because they have chosen not to be a salary earner, but to be an income earner and an income creator. So listen and listen well. In order for you to have investment mentality, you must eradicate salary mentality. There is nothing wrong in collecting salary. You can start out there, but don't die there. I don't believe that anybody should spend more than 15 years in the salary circle. By the 15th year of any salary, you must have other things working for you so that you will not be dependent on salary. Yes, you will now continue to work because you love what you are doing, not because you are going there to earn a salary. So whether they increase your salary or not, it doesn't move you because that is not what you are depending on. So you must eradicate consumer mentality. You must eradicate nomadic mentality. You must eradicate salary mentality. Number 4, you must eradicate entitlement mentality. Always thinking that somebody owes you something. We are the minority. Hello. No matter who you are, if it's going to be, it's up to you. No one will plan your life for you without your direct involvement. So instead of looking up to somebody to be the one to come and help you in your life, you need to help yourself. So you must eradicate that entitlement mentality. You know, some time ago, a young man came into one of our offices and he was complaining. He had come back from school to meet with one of his uncle. He needed money. And the uncle gave him some money and he was complaining that the money is too small. And I called him and said, come, is he your father? Don't you have a father? Don't you have a mother? He said, yes. He said, I said, did you tell him when you were coming that you were coming to look for money? He said, no. I said, now, you came to a man's house without informing him in advance to ask for money. He gave you money and you are saying it's too small. That is the entitlement mentality we are talking about. Is he your father? Is he your mother? He said, but he is rich. Can you imagine? He is rich. Is he rich because of you? Why can't your own father and mother too produce riches to be able to take care of you, their own child? That's the kind of mindset we have. Instead of doing something for ourselves, we're always looking for somebody to help us to do what we can do for ourselves. And then we'll become an entitlement generation. Well, I'm going to be back after this break and then I'll tell you the other mindset you need to eradicate and then we'll look deeper into how you can develop this investment mentality. Stay tuned. I'll be back after this break. Hello, how there? I'm Olumide Emmanuel. I'm so excited to welcome you to my coaching platform.
There is a vacuum in the hearts of men that desire to be filled that translates process into success. Do you have such a vacuum in you? A wise man once said, if you wish to see farther than others, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. You can fast track your success today as you enroll under the coaching platform of Olumide Emmanuel as he holds you by the hand.
Olumide Emmanuel, popularly known as the Common Sense Guru, is no doubt one of the world's leading relationship experts, motivational speaker, and wealth creation agent. He is a man of multiple grades whose influence spreads across the religious and secular arena, with local and international awards to show for it. With an executive master's degree in business administration from University of Huddersfield in the UK and a real estate executive certificate with a special focus on capital markets, project finance and business strategy from the prestigious Harvard Business School in the United States,
Olumide Emmanuel is loaded with all-round success.
To enroll for 360-degree mentoring, visit our office at Rehoboth Admin Building, Calvary Bible Church, Anjorin Street, Calvary Bus Stop, Ikotun Idimu Road, Idimu, Lagos. Call us on +234 809 144 7423 or +234 906 560 1609. You can also connect with us on all our social media platforms or send us an email at ouroverseer@gmail.com.
You're welcome back. You're still on to the School of Money and I'm still Olumide Emmanuel. We'll be looking at developing investment mentality. Now, before we went on break, I was sharing with you on toxic mindsets that you must eradicate in order for you to be able to develop investment mentality. Number 1, you must eradicate consumer mentality. Number 2, you must eradicate nomadic mentality. Number 3, you must eradicate civil or salary mentality. Number 4, you must eradicate entitlement mentality. Number 5, the final mindset that you must eradicate is what I call materialism mentality. Even though people call it prosperity, it's not really prosperity. Because most of what is spawned as a prosperity message today is nothing but the message of materialism, stirring up the greed of men, and we are having a lot of greedy people that have prosperity without a purpose, money without a mission. When you have prosperity without a purpose, it will lead to corruption. When you have money without a mission, it will lead to corruption and greed. And that's why we have seen the greed and the covetousness of man that has gone so high. You are not supposed to make money so that you can have 10 cars, 20 houses. No, 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 no. Money is there to empower you for your life's mission. You need money to make a difference. So money is just a tool you are supposed to use to make a difference. Do you know you cannot ride more than one car at the same time? Yes, you can't sleep on 2 beds at the same time. In order to sleep on the next bed, you must stand up from the first bed. In order to ride the next car, you must come out of the first car. In order to enter the next house, you must come out of one house. So you can't live in 2 houses at the same time. You can't ride 2 cars at the same time. So it's not all about money. Oh, let me have cars. Oh, let me have my own house. Let me dress to kill so that I can show them. No, no, no. Don't show anybody, or else life will show you. So you need to eradicate that materialism mentality, because that is why a lot of people now have money, but they are covetous and greedy, and they keep amassing wealth that they don't need. They keep withholding what they can use to bless and benefit humanity. Having money is all about being in a position of empowerment to make a difference in your generation. So for you to have investment mentality, you must first of all eradicate that materialism mentality. That's why people buy things they don't need. They buy clothes and shoes they don't need. And they spend time wasting money buying, they are like label freaks and designer freaks. Listen to me. If you wear tomorrow's clothes today, you are going to be naked tomorrow. If you eat tomorrow's food today, you have no food. You'll be hungry tomorrow. If you live tomorrow's life today, you have no life to live tomorrow. So once you eradicate this mindset, then you are now in a position to develop investment mentality. So now, what is investment mentality? What is this investment mentality that you need to develop? I'm going to give you 3 definitions of investment mentality, and I hope you are taking note, because these are very, very important things that I'm sharing with you. Now, you need to make sure every time you tune into this broadcast, you not only call your friends, your family, and your loved ones, you get a pen and a paper and you take notes. Better still, get a notebook for this broadcast so that you can be a student in this school of money. Now, what is investment mentality? Number 1. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets and not liabilities. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets and not liabilities. Now listen, there's a difference between an asset and a liability. When you go to school in economics, that's why your economics professor is still a poor man. You see, schools don't teach wealth creation. People go to school to learn how to look for a job. The schools were set up to program you and discipline and position you to be a job seeker so that you can obey your boss and get your salary. That's why a professor of economics is still poor. Yeah. Now, listen. In school, they will tell you anything you acquire with money is an asset. But that's a lie. In the world of financial intelligence, an asset is anything that appreciates in value and brings income into your life. Anything you spend money on that is not going to appreciate, that's not an asset. It's a liability. Anything you spend money on that is going to be taking more money out of your pocket, instead of bringing money, it's taking money, that's not an asset, that's a liability. So an asset is anything that appreciates in value and brings income. A liability is anything that depreciates in value and receives money from you. Do you get that now? So that means if you look into your life right now, look into your house, look into your office, look into your family. Are you a man, a woman, a family that has more assets than liabilities, or more liabilities than assets? Because for many people, their bungalow is in their wardrobe. Bag and shoe to match. Their destiny is not matching their bank accounts. They are always spending money on liabilities, spending money on things that will not appreciate in value, spending money on things that will be taking more money from them for upkeep. So number 1, investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets and not liabilities. Number 2, investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. You see, the thought of the diligent tends only to plenteousness. So when you have $100, $1,000, £100, £1,000, 100,000 naira, £1,000,000 naira, investment mentality is, how can I turn this 10,000 to 20,000? How can I turn this 20,000 to 30,000? Why? Because the thought of the diligent tends only to multiplication and plenteousness. So when you are always thinking of how to multiply what you have, that's investment mentality. It's a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication. So whenever you have anything, you are thinking of how to multiply it. And when you take that mindset into any aspect of life, you work in an organization, you are thinking of how to multiply the efficiency of that organization. You are working as a public office, you are a politician, you have been elected into a public office, you are thinking of how to multiply the value of people's life. You are not thinking of how to devalue people and eat up and steal away all the things that are there. That's not the way it works. Number 3, what's investment mentality? Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level in your life where you will no more work for money, but money will work for you. Yes. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level in your life where you will no more work for money, but money will be working for you. You see, in life, we all start out most of the time working for money. And there's nothing wrong in working for money, but don't die there. I believe that every man, every woman, every individual, every group must have a plan to say, okay, in the next few years, I'm going to be working. I'm going to make sure I put things aside so that I will get to a level in my life where I'm no more working for money, but money is working for me. And that's what investment mentality is all about. It's just a mindset. It's an internal reprogramming. When you reprogram yourself and you have the right mindset, you will discover that a lot of things will change. So instead of working for money, as you are working, you are using what you have to create a channel whereby you will no more work for money, but money will be working for you. Because let me tell you something, it's not how much you make that matters. It's what you do with what you make that matters. I'll be back after this break. Don't go anywhere.
www.commonsensegroup.com.
You're welcome back. We're still looking at developing investment mentality. Now, we have been able to define what investment mentality is. Number 1, it's a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. Number 2 is a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets and not liabilities. Number 3 is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level in your life where you will no more work for money, but money will work for you. I personally don't believe that anybody should work for more than 15 years of their life before they have something else working for them. What do I mean by that? If you start working at the age of 25 and you have a 15-year plan, and you tell yourself, in 15 years, I'm going to work for money, but as I'm making the money, I'm going to be saving and investing to be able to create multiple streams of income for myself. By the time you are 40, you can retire young and retire rich. By the time you are 40, you have multiple streams of income, and you won't need to work for money. You will only be working because you are working because that is your passion. So you need to understand that that's what investment mentality is. Now, in rounding off today, I now need to ask you a question. Do you have investment mentality? Having listened to the definition that we have looked at, do you have investment mentality? Now, how do you know whether you have investment mentality? Now, the question is, what have you been doing with your money? Because it's not what you make that matters. It's what you do with what you make. There are people that don't earn as much as you earn, and they have made millions out of their little resources. There are people that earn more than you earn, and they are worse off than you. So it's not how much you make that matters. It's what you do with what you make. So what do you do with your money? Now, there are only 3 things you can do with money. You can either waste it, spend it, or invest it. Now, listen. Foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. Foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. So are you a waster, a spender, or an investor? So how you will know whether you have investment mentality is, what have you been doing with your money? You may say, oh, I'm poor, I don't have money. There is nobody that does not have money. In the last 12 months of your life, even though you say you are poor, money has gone through your hands. The question now is, all the money that has gone through your hand, what have you done with it? The reason why a lot of people are poor is because they don't have investment mentality. They don't have financial intelligence. So money comes and they just spend it. They say money is for spending. And if you are one of those that believe that money is for spending, that means every money that comes into your life, you will keep on spending. You want to get married. A one-day affair. It's not even one day. Few hours. And you have worked for 7 years. You now gather all the money you have labored for 7 years and now waste it on one-day wedding. So you are buying wedding gown, you are buying wedding suit, chief bridesmaid, best man, flower boy, ring bearer. Are you paralyzed? Is there no pocket for you to put ring? Before you know it, you want to feed people. We waste a lot of money. Say, I want to wear white. It signifies purity. Are you pure? Are you pure? That you are saying you are wearing white. Shouldn't you wear red with all the kind of life you have lived? So you need to realize that if you are going to create wealth, you must develop investment mentality. And you must avoid wasting money. You must avoid just spending anyhow. You must be an investor. And that's why you need to get a copy of this book, The School of Money. This is the book that will turn things around for you. It's about 700 pages. It's hardcover. There's a CD and a DVD in there. And it comes with a money back guarantee. Get a copy of this book and it will help you. Now listen to me. This broadcast is there to turn things around for you. Tune in from time to time and you will never regret it. So we'll meet again on the next broadcast. Keep your dream alive. It's me, Olumide Emmanuel. Bye-bye.
The thin line between the wealthy and the average is acquired and executed information. You can cross the line today through our wealth creation packages put together from decades of practical entrepreneurial experiences. Make your choice today from the following life-changing audio materials from the common sense guru, Olumide Emmanuel. The School of Money, how to make, manage and multiply your money. The Entrepreneur's Blueprint. Or send us an email at Keep Your Dream Alive